welcome to the Wolfszeit channel. Today we have a very special topic, always special. Henrik streamed again and sadly he didn't had anything to show, so he just answered questions and gave a brief overview about what they are working on and stuff like that. So I will include a few of Henrik's statements and then I will go through the random questions and answers list.
So the Outlaws just outside of the blue cities are removed because they were ganking new players and some veterans. So obviously we can't have that as one of the biggest issue when new players just are close to cities. So we move them out per instruction and as the notes. So that was intended. You still have the same amount of outlaws spread out more in the wild, not that close to new player cities. That's the big difference. We're following up on that and adding a few more around the steppes where there are a little bit more, there are less mobs. So we're filling in some of those gaps with a few more of those. This is why it's quite complicated. There's no quick fix to some of the issues. So as you know, we are on Unreal Engine 5. That means most of the system have been completely updated, rebuilt, replaced, and some of them are using the same system from Unreal 4. But one of the biggest area, I would say there's two big areas that are quite completely different. They're using the same similar system from Unreal 4 but have updated on them. One of them is the garbage collecting, how we load, deload data in the world when running around. Obviously, Unreal 5 is pushing for supporting large-scale worlds, right, as we've seen. But it's still in a quite early stage, and it's not perfect. So there are some stuttering, freezing problems related to this. There's a few things we can do to bypass that problem. One of them we're doing in our next hot patch that we are deploying soon. We'll remove the long freezes you get when you open inventory, for instance, or bank, those kind of things. Those freezes, we know how we can get around those. But streaming content in the world, we can't just bypass that because that's kind of in the core, in the engine. So we are working with Epic Games. We reached out to them, our old contacts, and we are talking to them that obviously world streaming freezes is a very important thing. And what's a little bit unfortunate is that in Unreal 4, the same system that we're using, it's just that they have updated it, handle this much better. So hopefully we're trying to discuss with them a solution, either if they are able to fix what it is or if we can get a kind of like a hot fix from them where we downgrade that portion of the system so we can go back to the Unreal 4 stability when it comes to streaming that kind of data where we're now rendering some of these freeze issues. But what's also problematic is that it doesn't happen on all hardware. As you notice, a lot of people never have these freezes, run around and play the game without any problems, while some do get those issues. And it's mostly related to older generation hardware CPUs where we notice this.
So let's go through the random questions and answers list. Short fun fact, Star Vault don't have beds at the office, this is a hoax. The supporter package was broken for some, but now it's fixed. The currently stuttering and FPS drops in-game is worked on. They are also working on the dismount bug that shoots you in the sky. Marketing will come with the Epic game release. Henrik said they have the world's largest character draw distance. Yeah, I just let that sink in. Rideable Razorbacks will come. More dungeon exits will come, that you have more ways to exit a dungeon. Maybe also possible entries. I don't know how they want to design only exits. Maybe for jump or something like that. Then also for every patch a little bit of secret stuff is added in the patches with some hidden content all the time. They are also trying to support regional prices for their subscription system. So it's $14 US. So 13, 14 US dollars, not 40, 14. A free month will be added because of the server troubles they had with the Unreal Engine 5 patch. More continents will come and some of these will be hosted on different parts of the world. Houses will have house styles, for example the Vela or the Ockmere house style. Henrik wants an in-game voting system after you logged in, that they have a real number of people who are actually playing the game, that they can vote for that they have no fishy votes or no influence of people who just want to fuck the game. Krampus Bockus event will come this year again. For example, if you don't know that, this is more or less the Christmas event where, for example, a house getting burned down in Tindrum, in Fabenum, or in some other city, and there are all loot bags out there, and the loot bags are spawning very, very fast, and you can gather that, and there can be very, very, very rare stuff in there. Building placement needs a little bit of adjustment, especially in the height, so an artist will cover that. They are always working on the bug fixing and polishing, even if it don't seem like that, but if you look at the patch notes you can see it. Elementalism entities are missing, they are currently working on that, and then they want to improve the other magic schools before they implement new magic schools. Nudity will be enabled again when the stuff is clear, if they can enable that again. Broker system and the chat window need quality of life improvements, and Henrik said they will cover that. Also, brokers for player towns will come. The relic system from Mortal Online 1 will also come to Mortal Online 2, so you can fight over very rare relics. For example, there was a relic that you can level your pet in 1 minute, 1 level, and everyone was fighting for that relic, of course, and there was PvP and conflict 24/7 about that relic. Henrik also said it would be awesome with a visual indication who is talking currently. So for example, just moving mouths or something like that, that you know in a group of people where you're standing in front of that who is talking. Some magic schools allow a weapon simultaneously. For example, staff magic. You can use a staff and your magic. I don't know, I just imagine how this plays out, but I don't know. Heavy horse armor will get an overhaul so that it fits more the heavy armor style. And it's not like the copied version of the Black Desert armor. Yeah, okay. Clothes will also come, and it will be separate from armor, so you can wear both, but nothing of that, what Henrik said about that, is fixed. So for example, the clothing could also be a completely different system, but Henrik played with the idea of having clothes under your armor. And then when you equip armor, you have your armor over your clothes. There will be the guild emblem system, and Henrik more or less confirmed and said, yeah, every guild has its own unique logo, and there will no predefined shit. Every guild can have their own creative logo. But I'm wondering what about the Wolfside capes is. I mean, we were one of the guilds who had a dedicated cape. I mean, only 4 guilds got that in Mortal Online 1, and would be awesome if we could have it again. But would also be awesome if every guild would have the option to have a cape with their logo on it, or with their own cape design on it. Second character system will come with the Diva system, and honestly, this line is in every stream summary since 2 years. There will be a subscription model with $14 a month, not 14. The arena will come with the ranking system, and also the group fight system, and also the PvE system where you can fight with groups against PvE animals, whatever stuff. The dimension system will be something like the Darker gameplay, so you build that portal, you can register at that portal, and the other group can also register at that, and then you come to our other dimension and fighting 5 versus 5, for example, like in Darker, and it's a battle royale. And yeah, it's basically that. Thursars will get a buff, and people were already mad in the chat that Henrik is saying this since over 3 months and nothing happened. Yeah, I'm also a little bit angry, so please buff the Thursars. What is wrong? Collards and Kurites will also get a little bit buffed at the stat pool. For example, just a little bit more attribute points. Priests in strongholds, yes or no? Henrik is not sure about that, so please look in the description. I started a voting there if you want priests in strongholds or not. Because think of the attack and defense. If you could destroy furniture or destroy a house easily or breach in the door easily, then people will not go for that feature and will not build that or will not place that. That is at least what Henrik said. Exploits are bannable in any way, so if you are exploiting, you will get banned. If you are banned, you can reach out for the Star Wars support, but normally they only ban people if they have hardcore evidence. Changing names will never come to Mortal Online, but there will be a rerolled token item in game like MO1 had, where you can change your race, but this depends on if the community want such an item or not. Poker and blackjack will also come to Mortal Online. Fishing and crafting tasks will come to the tasks vendors. And they are working on more decorations, more capes, and a lot more stuff. So I hope you liked this stream summary. So please leave a like and subscribe, would be really awesome. And share it with your friends. I mean, everyone helps here. So thanks a lot to the supporters. Carmel, Professor O, Lukario, Rhonus, Paarthurnax, Cologne, Bulldog, Giovanni, Vargas, RealMadWurst, Mip, Greta, you, and all the others, of course. And never forget to get your priest hard. I mean party hard. See you all next time. Goodbye.